Welcome back to another episode of the Coffee and Records podcast. I hope you're doing well. I want to thank you all guys for watching this podcast. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ale. I'm a music business student. I interview emerging industry professionals and we talk about the music industry and mental health. But for those of you who have been watching all along, thank you so much. It means the world to me. You have no idea how much it means for me to receive loving messages and loving comments in the streets saying I've been watching your episodes, because it means a lot. It means like I'm reaching the people that I want to reach. So thank you so much. I want to make this little episode for some pieces of announcements regarding this podcast and a little life updates, some stuff that I've been learning that I thought it would be nice to share. So first of all, I want to announce that I just launched my website for the podcast. I wanted to create like this extra platform where I can hear from you guys and have communication, and you guys can learn more about me and the podcast and our purpose and our vision. So I've included all the episodes of this podcast. You can find them all in the website. This website also includes a place where I can hear from you. So this is like really important. Like, I really appreciate your feedback and I really want to hear what is it that you guys want to listen. Who do you want me to interview? So there's a little like tab that you can actually submit an idea. So if there's a specific topic that you want me to discuss, a specific questions that you want me to ask people, or even specific people that you would love to hear from that are here in Boston, just like drop it there and I can do it. I can talk about it. It's very important for me to like know what you guys want to hear about. Another thing that you can do in the website is the weekly newsletter. So this is if you sign up for the newsletter, you would receive bi-weekly messages through your email, and I'm gonna include summaries of the topics discussed on that week's episode. I would include notices on future week's episodes, and as well as some fast tips for mental health and music industry advice. The reason why I wanted to do this is because I feel like our email inboxes are flooded with work and classes, and I feel like it could be really overwhelming to every day like open your email inbox and see the stuff that you need to do, and sometimes it's just like, it's just so much to do, right? And that can feel super overwhelming. So I thought how nice it'll be to have like a little email pop out in your inbox that has nothing to do with work. It's just literally a tip for you to like have a happier day or have a happier week, or just kind of like some positivity. Like, you open it and you have some really good pieces of advice from people, some really good tips that can help you have a happier life. So I thought that'll be a little nice thing. So if that's something that you would like to have in your inbox, definitely subscribe to my newsletter. Lastly, shout out to Nina, my dear friend. She was the one that took amazing pictures here in my living room / set for the podcast. We had such a great time shooting this photo shoot. Vicky, another friend, was also helping out, and I'm so glad how the photos turned out. Like, seriously, super recommend if you want someone to like take photos for something. She's your girl, and she's such a nice person, and so is Vicky, and love them both. That's how my website came to be. I am so happy that it's out, and I'm so happy that could be like a way that I can like be in direct communication with all of you guys. Moving on to the life updates. So nothing has changed. No, I'm kidding. A lot of things have changed. I'm recording this fall semester. I'm really enjoying my classes this semester because it has to do more with music business instead of just like music overall. So we're vibing, but I really wanted to talk about very specific topics that I have learned in my psychology class. The reason why I want to touch upon my learnings in my psychology class is because I feel like I'm learning so important things that I feel like every college student should be aware of. And not even college students, like it doesn't really matter whether you're in high school, you're in college, you're in professional life. It doesn't really matter. Anyone should be aware of, because I feel like they're so helpful in some way. So yeah, so the first thing that I want to touch upon is sleep, because it's a topic that we as college students were like, yeah, like I don't sleep, like I don't have time to sleep, or I'm not even sleeping that much, because we're like nonstop. And I honestly thought it was just Berkeley, because musicians tend to be kind of like the nightlife. But no, actually I was reading a lot of articles. I'm reading this book, and there's a lot of research that for some reason, like college students, it doesn't really matter if you're a musician or not, like people people don't sleep, and it's very important to sleep. Okay, guys, it's very important to sleep. And I wanted to touch upon that subject because I feel like when you're talking about mental health, sleep is one of the main pillars. If you are not sleeping correctly, if you're sleep deprived, you are not going to function. You're not going to give 100% your best in whatever is it that you're doing. It has been scientifically proven that sleep helps you with your memory, right? So when you think, okay, I'm going to pull on all-nighters because I have a test tomorrow, and you want to study the whole night, you think you're going to do better because you're studying the whole night, but you're actually not, because your neurons, I don't know how to pronounce that word, they make the connection, right? So every time you learn something new, they make connections, right? And so those connections happen when you're asleep. So if you don't sleep, you don't make those connections. That's as simple as that. So it's very important. It's very important. And I don't want to like bore you with like more scientific research on it, but honestly, just sleep. And trust me, it changes your life. It doesn't. I know you're busy, but it's about knowing your limits. Learn how to say no to things if you are, loaded with work. And just make sure you have time to sleep. And the other thing that I want to talk about was mindfulness, and something I was reading in my book, and I learned in my classes as well, was that it is very important to have that time of just kind of like tuning to the present moment. As we live our fast-paced lives, we are constantly thinking about things that you need to do, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And you're worrying about the future, you're worrying about the past. Sometimes you're ruminating about things that you said or did, and then you start overthinking, what if I've done this differently, and all that stuff. And so sometimes we're just struggling to actually be present, also with a lot of like external stimulation like social media, and we have our phones all the time. We tend to just not be present what we're doing in the moment. Like if you're eating but you're scrolling through TikTok, then you're not present that you're eating at that exact moment. Or sometimes we're at the elevator and we just tend to grab our phones, right? Or waiting in the traffic lights, or just walking down the street. Many people are already like always in their phones, and me included. I used to be one of those people as well, because I'm like, okay, I need to be on top of email, I need to be on top of messages, I need to send this message to God knows who, because and so for me, those little pauses throughout my day were filled with, okay, how can I optimize my time so that I'm not wasting any time. But the thing is that you're not wasting any time. You need those pauses throughout your day to kind of just be mindful and just take a break, right? Just take a break. Like, you don't stop. You have class, you have work, you have stuff to do. Those little pauses that you're like doing when you're eating, or when you're waiting for the elevator, or you're waiting for the traffic light, take a breath. When you're walking to class, instead of walking to class, thinking about anything, or just like thinking that you need to do something, or just, you feel the urge to grab your phone, don't do it. Try to like be more present. Kind of just try to like walk through the streets and notice the cars, the people that cross like paths with you. Is it cold? Is it warm? What do you see? I've started doing that, and honestly, such a game changer. Like such a game changer. I used to get into the elevator and right away just look at my phone. Now I'm in the elevator and I'm just noticing what it's in the elevator, and I notice that there's like signs sometimes they put on for announcements. Never saw that. I noticed there's some like things, like security things written in the elevator that I never noticed. I'm like, oh my god, how come I never noticed this? I used to rush to like cross through like the green light. I used to rush a lot. Sometimes, when you had to stop at the red light and then there's like 10, 9, 8, and then I used to be like, I can still make it if I walk fast enough. But then I'm like, now I'm just walking, and if I don't make it, I don't make it. I'm not trying, like, it's fine. And then I'm waiting in the traffic light, and I'm just appreciating what's around me. I'm not being like, oh, how long is this gonna take? I should have crossed before, I should have come here before. No, just take a moment. Just take a moment. It's a little pause in your day that you can just breathe, and just paying attention to what you're doing in that present moment is already a form of meditation. It's a form of mindfulness. Many people think that for you to meditate, you need to be seated, cross-legged position, and then just kind of like sit in silence. That's not the only way to do it. And so, yeah, I really recommend just, being present in the moment. Just take a break. And taking a break and those little pauses throughout the day does make a difference. So I really hope this 2 little pieces of advice that I've learned in my psychology class helped you, especially, living a fast-paced life. Never lose sight of the beauty that is literally in front of you. Every single day, there's a beauty. Notice the sky. Yesterday I was walking back home, and I noticed that the sky was pink. If you're in your phone, you're not gonna notice that the sky is pink. It was beautiful. You know what I mean? So there's beauty in the present moment, and we many times fail to see it because we're too much in our thoughts, or too much in social media, or in work, or life overall. But life is meant to be enjoyed, and if you're constantly just drowning in thoughts, then you're not enjoying life. I really do hope that these 2 little pieces of advice helped you, and do check out my website and stay tuned for future episodes that are coming up very soon. And I have a lot of fun projects apart from my podcast interviews coming soon, so I'm gonna leave it as a mystery. So please stay tuned, and thank you so much, so much for watching. This means the world to me. Bye.